What's up, my YouTube family? This video is about the rivalry between Brazil and Argentina has been designated as one of the high voltage rivalries in football. One could possibly brand it as a timeless, eternal derby of world football. Before starting this video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates of football and cricket. Here we go. The Brahmins of South Africa have shared the pitch numerous times and provided us with mouth-watering games. This iconic rivalry between Brazil and Argentina has always lived up to its expectations and elevated this beautiful game with an intense rivalry. Even the friendly games between Argentina and Brazil became controversial between these two nations, and their rivalry has been referred to as the Battle of the Américas, while FIFA has described it as the sense of football rivalry. Brazil and Argentina have produced many legendary players such as Pelé, Maradona, Lionel Messi, Luis Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, Kaká, Gabriele, Hernan and Neymar. So how the history unfolded between the two arch nemesis. Both Argentina and Brazil never shared a healthy relationship, as they have often indulged in political disputes and had a bad trading relation. Brazil and Argentina played their first ever game against each other in 1940. Although their first match was called off because the ship carrying Brazilian player arrived late. Argentina was the force to reckon with, dominating the early years of their rivalry, albeit Brazil being the world champion in 1958 and 1962. However, everything has an end, and Argentina would endure their darkest days during 1970 with no wins, countless defeats and draws. Argentina would go on to redeem themselves and won the 1978 FIFA World Cup, their first ever World Cup title. Talking about Brazil versus Argentina rivalry, head-to-head records tell us that Argentina and Brazil went to play 111 times against each other, Brazil having the upper hand in this rivalry with 46 wins, and while Argentina having won 40 times and 25 games ending in a draw. On several occasions, both the teams have humiliated each other, Argentina trouncing Brazil 6-1 at home in Buenos Aires 1940 and 1-5 away at Rio de Janeiro in 1939, and Brazil 6-2 at home in Rio de Janeiro 1945 and 1-4 away at Buenos Aires 1960. Having met in a major tournament, they have delivered sensational games. Argentina's most important win was a 2-0 victory in the 1937 Copa America final, a draw by 0-0 in the 1978 FIFA World Cup helped them clinch their first ever World Cup title, a 1-0 victory over Brazil in the 1990 World Cup, knocking them out of the tournament in the round of 16. Brazil, on the other hand, have won two Copa Americas finals. The first in 2004 in Peru, clinching the title in a plenty shootout 4-2, followed by 3-0 win in the 2007 Copa America final in Venezuela, and a decisive 4-1 win in the 2005 FIFA Confederations Cup. Now talking about when aggression takes a cruel form in football. Some of their games have ended brutally. The incident 1946, both the teams met in Copa America. What followed the game was shown of violence ever witnessed in an international football game. Before the game, Argentina captain Jose Salomon gave flowers to Brazilian counterpart Domingos da Gua to ease the tension between the rivals, at it hardly helped either of the teams. The game progressed and Argentina were in front with a 2-0 lead inside 28 minutes when Jarosa Pinto with a horrific tackle on Jose Salomon breaking his tibia and fibula ended the latter career on the spot. Later the Argentina and Brazilian players got into a physical duel which got so tense that 500 people had to intervene to separate them as police were called later to stop the players. Brazilian players were taken to the dressing room and both teams did not intend to continue the game. Nonetheless, the game continued, followed by another brawl and Ademir was punched in the face after coming on a substitute. The game continued with the Argentina winning the continental title as it was another meltdown of two nations who would meet after a decade. Subsequently, both the nations once again came face to face and kick-started the greatest rivalry in the football of all time. Now the impact of Brazilian-Argentina rivalry on the fans, how it's affected the culture of both nations. The rivalry has highly influenced their respective fans and football fans in general. The team rivalry play a huge role in affecting their culture as South American people are devoted to their football clubs and country. They refer to football as their religion. Both countries have breached each other's borders to watch the game as some of them couldn't afford to travel by any mean of transportation, while Brazilians have had several political, economic and social issues during the 1960s and 1970s. Both countries were hostile and were under military dictatorship. However, it was football that minimized their political issue and united both countries. If we compare the supporters, Argentina fans have been the most loyal fans you will ever come across. They have always stood by their team regardless of their performance on the pitch. However, the Brazilian football team never received such consistent support from their fans as the team has come under scrutiny several times when they have failed to deliver in a crunch match in major tournaments. Brazil and Argentina will renew their football rivalry as they meet again in the final of Copa America 2021 in Maracanã. Brazil, who won the 2019 Copa America beating Peru by 4-1, will be looking to defend that title while Argentina will be in desperate need to end their trophy drought. So this was the preview about the match holding between Brazil versus Argentina. That's the Copa America 2021 final. So hope so best team win and we get the best result from this. Hope so you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for latest updates of football and cricket.